name's Tim Parker. I'm a believer and follower of Jesus Christ. Through the Lord has changed my life in multiple ways. I've struggled from anything from drugs to alcohol to abandonment issues. And I'm serving now in Haiti at GLA's, God's Little Angels. It's an orphanage. We have right now about 84 kids. And we do anything from assistance for children that in need to adoptions to foreign countries, as in Canada, United States, and into Europe. I started coming to Haiti in 2010. The reason I started to come to Haiti was when I was 6 years old, I was adopted. I was adopted in Central Illinois. I came from a very hard drug, alcohol, and abusive family. I was in and out of foster care through DCFS until off and on for many years. I would go into the system and then I'd go back to my biological. Finally one day when DCFS came and did a checkup on our home, my brother had been tied to a barn for about 3 days. And so they took us for good, separated us, and I was adopted out to a wonderful, loving family in Central Illinois. Was given an opportunity in life where some of my siblings were not. So I knew in my heart that I always wanted to give back. I wasn't sure where that would be or how that would be. I grew up in this little town of Monticello, Illinois. I was very active in school, played sports, but yet behind I was always wondering really who I was. Why was I not wanted, things like this. I met my wife in high school. We dated for several years. We got married young at 21. We have 2 children, Tyler and Chelsea. Chelsea is 19 and Tyler's 21. My wife has been a Christian since a very young girl, had grown up in churches. I had not. I turned to drugs and alcohol. My wife would take the kids to church. I would show up Christmas and Easter and was not very involved. I was not a head of a family when it comes to being a Christian leader. My wife prayed for me for many years. I had a very close friend get in a bad car wreck that he caused himself, and it was over drugs. And some of my friends kind of woke up to that and started visiting a church in the Central Illinois of Lodge Church of God. I woke up one Sunday morning and I asked my wife, I said, do you think we can go check out this little church? And my wife said, well, sure. She'd been praying for 10 years that I would come to the Lord. So circumstances in my life, I was wanting to see what was changing with my friends. So we visited this little church, and I felt the presence of the Lord there immediately. Within 3 weeks, I accepted Christ. It just happened to be, I found out a couple of months later that John and Dixie Bickle, the founders of GLA, God's Little Angels, this was their home church. John came and visited and spoke about Haiti and about the children and about the needs. And I, in passing, told my wife that I think that's something I would enjoy doing, but wasn't real serious about it. I thought it would be interesting. I've always wanted to get back, didn't know what it would look like. We got busy in life. We ended up going to another church, and the reason we went to that church really was it was bigger. I could hide. Didn't have to have any responsibility. I could come to church and leave, and it didn't matter if I was there or not. About 6 months into this experience at our home church now, Crossroads in Monticello, they stood up and said that they were going to go on a mission trip to Haiti, to God's Little Angels. And I looked at my wife and I said, I think that's something that I'd be interested in doing. So we signed up. We got accepted to be on the team. We were told that we had to raise so much money, and I thought, how am I going to do this? And our leader, Darren Bodine, at the time said, well, we're going to write letters and we're going to ask people to help. This was very foreign for me. I was always raised that I was supposed to do things myself and not ask for help. And here I was asked to rely on God to take care of my financial needs, to go on this trip. So about 3 months into the planning, the earthquake in Haiti happened in 2010. We prayed about it and decided that we were needed even more so. So we continued the plans, and 3 months after the earthquake, we packed up all of our bags and we flew into Haiti. At the end of the trip, we got on a plane and we were flying home, and I just prayed that, God, if you want to use me, I don't know what this looks like, but I'm willing. And if it's come back on more trips or whatever it is, I'm willing. When we landed, 24 hours after we landed, I got a phone call and got asked if I would come back. Within 72 hours later, I was back in Haiti. It just felt right. I knew things were moving. After that trip, my wife and I got on our Harley and drove into Urbana to the Blues, Brews, and Barbecues, and about halfway there I stopped the bike on the road and I said, I have a $26,000 motorcycle and I'm not happy. I have all this stuff and I just came from a place where people have nothing, and if I am not helping other people, what are we doing? It doesn't matter where you've been, what you've done, what you're going through. God is there. He's got a plan for us. We don't know what that is. For many years, I worked jobs, 5 and 6 years, and my dad retired from the U of I after 33 years, and I thought to myself, what am I doing? Why can I not keep a job for longer than that? I get tired. I need to move on. But what I have discovered is God had put me in every one of those positions for a reason. I never knew it, but God was training me years ago to come down here. So when we think things are not going our way, it's not turning out the way we want, it's not about us, it's about how God has been leading us and how God's going to shape our lives in the future. I never dreamed I would be a missionary. I've always been a biker. I was into alcohol and drugs, and God's using me. Do I struggle? Yes. I struggle. We all struggle. It's not easy being away from your family. But I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I know that because God provides for us. Melissa and I are down here as missionaries, and we're independent. We do not take anything from GLA, and we raise our own funds. And we've always said, as long as God would provide for us and have the funds to live here, that's what we would do. And it's never been a question. I've always had a lot of people say, what are you doing? I feel very confident where I'm at. I'm happy. I don't have all the stuff I used to have, but life's a lot better. So I just want to encourage you, wherever you're at in your life, maybe sometimes just take a deep breath and listen, because we truly don't know where we're going to be and what circumstances we're going through and where God's going to put us. So that's my story.